4 of the Twincharged build. Today I'm actually going to be installing the turbo. To do that, we need to get rid of the seat, the OEM exhaust, the tunnel plate has a notch in it for the exhaust, and the factory gas tank. I'm going to show you how we're going to lay all that in here, so let's get started on that. That was quick. Now we are kind of to the harder part. So I need to remove those exhaust bellows. There's 4 of them there that attach to the head. Well, now I wonder, or I figured out why it was so loud. A little extra heavy duty brace here didn't help. This is already broke once. I re-welded it. The supercharged sled just creates a lot of heat, and I had trouble with the Excel headers as well as the OEM exhaust, so I'm not going to be too upset to have this disappear forever. Realistically, you should drop the suspension, raise the tunnel in the air to be able to pull these headers out. They're fastened here on each side of this tunnel, but I know I have to cut this out, so I might make a cut along here and up here and just get rid of this. Remember, I'm doing a custom tunnel next year, so I don't know that I care how pretty this looks in here. I just need to get this flat, essentially, and then I got to work on cutting this and getting all of this piece cut out. So this should just be all flat by the time I'm done. So I might start cutting. Let's see how it goes. Alright, we're getting there. Now I'm just going to pull these headers out, and then I got to work on that big cut, and then we'll try to start laying in this flat aluminum template that I got. Alright, so got this off of my old wreck sled that I crashed. You can see it got a little mangled in the crash, but I think that this would be a good template. This tells me the exact distance that I need to cut, and it essentially replaces, it goes like this actually, replaces that, and it sits down, and then it rivets to the side of the chassis there. So I will use this as at least for a template, as a mock-up. While I was at the shed, I also got, I don't know if you can see this very well, this repositioned steering post to be able to accommodate the header or clear the header. So I'm going to try to use my regular one that's here, but if I have to, I'll swap out the steering posts. This wasn't damaged amazingly in the crash. I had to go through quite a few blades. I had to get new blades, expensive blades, but I was able to finally cut a pie shape here, cut through this, cut this out, and I was able to finally get, this is the piece that's in the way. I wanted to leave enough of a lip here for that plate to come in. I'll clean up these edges, and then I've got to really work on getting these cleaned up. These aren't cut where I needed to. I just needed to get the stuff out of the way. So I'll try to finish all that out, and then we can test fit that other plate. Okay, I just wanted to show off this header. This is an Impulse turbo race header. Look at this thing. This thing is such high quality. It's made out of 321 stainless, which as you know, turbo headers crack. This one has never done such a thing. Look at the merge. You can see in there, it is all pointed. Even the teal or tile wastegate merge is clearance and everything. This is just such a really nice piece that Paul over at Impulse Turbos made for the Apex kit. I don't know if he still makes them anymore, but definitely my favorite header. Definitely don't have to worry about it cracking. It is stout. And so I'm gonna get this test fit on here, and I'll have to figure out where I need to keep clearancing, but hopefully this thing will be bolted up here by the end of the night. So, all right, just a little bit of an update. Put a solid couple hours in to kind of clean this up. I got this cut finally made and trimmed so that plate fits in there nice. I also took the time to get rid of the stud guards in the tunnel. I hated those things from day one. I don't run studs on this, so they just collect ice. So I'm hoping to smooth that out a little bit. I'm gonna leave the basket for the exhaust in there for strength for now. But I'm getting ready to lay this top plate back on, and that's fastened with a bunch of rivets. And then once that's in there, I can go ahead and get the turbo header finally installed, and then we'll check the steering post for clearance. All right, just kind of wrapping this up. Just to clarify, this is an Impulse mid-mount turbo setup. There's different types of turbo setups. There's a rear mount, there's a front mount, and a mid mount. And just the quick difference, the mid mount puts the turbo right here, the front mount puts the turbo up here, and the rear mount puts the turbo right there. So the sort of unofficial best solution is the Impulse mid-mount setup. It's prone to less cracking, and of course you don't have any lag like you do with the rear mount, which again, it's not like we're pumping miles here, so even that can be pretty well minimized, but nothing beats the responsiveness of that 4-into-1 header with a proper merge collector, a tile wastegate, external wastegate. I mean, that is the creme de la creme when it comes to turbo systems. So really excited. I'll get this buttoned up and we'll call this one a wrap.